Welcome to this panel session, Harnessing the Power of Digital Disruption in Student Recruitment. Got an illustrious panel lined up who are going to share all their insights. So we have an excellent panel who will introduce themselves shortly. But what we want to be asking is, what is digital disruption? The Oxford College of Marketing defines digital disruption as the transformation that is caused by emerging digital technologies and business models. The emergence of these new approaches disrupts the market by impacting the value of the traditional way we do things and causes the need for re-evaluation and action. So we know that digital disruption is really affecting every industry, every sector. I sound like a really old man when I talk about this, but I do remember when I started in this job, paper application forms, doing on the train, going to a milk round, opening the post every day. That was how it worked. I remember, I'm looking at Alison now, that whole conversation. I'm the one that remembered. Around about 2000, do we, don't we, go 100% online, not, and all those conversations. So a lot of the stuff we do is taken for granted. But I think when you look at what's happening in terms of the way we attract students, the way we recruit students, so much is automated in a way that I just never thought would happen in our industry, even sort of 5 or 6 years ago. So that's a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about. There isn't a blueprint. Each business faces its own set of challenges. Each sector faces its own set of challenges. And one of the things we know, of course, is there are no facts about the future. And I think the pace of change it's become a cliche to say this, but it really has escalated over recent years. So the one thing we can be certain of is that digitisation in business and our lives will definitely increase. But the opportunity we all have in this room is to create and shape the workforce of the future. It's that greater opportunity than ever before. So before we get on to the questions and the voting to the meat of the session, I'd like the panel to introduce themselves. So if you can just let us know who you are, what your role is, a bit about your experience, and then we'll go on from there.
So hi everyone, Amanda Mobson-McQuilkin, Director of Consulting Solutions at Amberjack. I've been working in recruitment for many years and have been at Amberjack since 2013, and obviously primarily focusing on early talent, and digital disruption today is a big part of that, and we're hoping to help you through this session with any questions that you might have.
Hi everyone, Andrew Bargery from PwC. So I've worked at PwC for 15 years, always within a recruitment capacity. My current role is I oversee all the work we do with universities and schools from an attraction perspective.
Hi everyone, I'm Kat from GSK. So started life at GSK as an industrial placement and haven't really left since. So always been within the kind of recruitment team. So at the moment I look after all of our technical programs from a graduate perspective. So anything within manufacturing and R&D, but also have the pleasure of recruiting all of our 350 industrial placements.
Hi everyone, I'm Lucy Hegarty from Liberty Global and Virgin Media. I'm the Future Careers Recruitment Manager, which means I look after our grads, interns and apprentice recruitment, and I've been in this kind of field for about 5 years now.
Good morning everyone, my name's James Gordanifer, I'm the Head of Student Recruitment at EY. I've worked in recruitment for about 10 years now, started out within experienced high recruitment, recruiting IT professionals, and I moved into student recruitment with EY about 5 years ago. I've kind of grown through the ranks and really haven't looked back and love what I do.
Hello, hi, I'm Catherine Dodge. I'm the recruitment partner for early careers at Atkins. Been with Atkins for about 11 years, but probably only in the early career space for 5, going on 6 years, but had most of my career steeped in the recruitment industry.
Cool, fantastic. Right, let's get stuck straight into the poll. Thanks for the introductions, panel. So let's start with the first phase of every campaign that students experience by talking about disruption in the context of attraction. So we're going to go to the first question, which you should see up there, and what you have to do is just write one word each, and the results will appear in a word cloud. So we just want one word, plug it into your devices, and it should appear. Face-to-face top, we've got social, I think is probably sort of coming through very strongly in second, social media, social, personalised, personal, very important in there. So obviously not the vanilla side of things. Genuine, a whole host of other smaller words. We've got mentoring in there. So actually quite a lot of there is still face-to-face and personal. We're talking about referrals, that's a personal. And then we've got some channels like LinkedIn coming through as well. The importance of being targeted. So a question first to Andrew. Can you share what PwC is doing to disrupt and innovate in attraction?
Yeah, so I think digital upskilling is one of the things we've probably started looking at maybe about 4 years ago, and we did some quite simple coding sessions out with a number of universities, and that's really evolved as technology's evolved as well. So as opposed to talking to students about the more traditional employability skills, what we're looking to do, not just at universities but in schools as well, is really try and develop their technical skills as well. I think it's interesting, the whole face-to-face and the virtual piece. Doesn't surprise me at all that that's come up there. We've definitely we have been engaging more with students virtually over the past couple of years. I think that will set to continue. I think some of that is as a result of some of the new technology that we've got as an organisation. Some of that is also a little bit out of necessity as well. We try to work with more and more universities. We're doing more and more in the school space as our schools programmes are growing as well. So I think we recognise the importance of face-to-face, but as technology's evolved, we're certainly doing more in the virtual space too.
Cool. Thank you. And Kat, in a competitive market filled with an increasing amount of noise, what is GSK doing to stand out for your candidates?
Yeah, so I guess also picking up on the face-to-face versus digital piece, we've really looked at our strategy in the UK with our campus engagement, and we've tried to be a little bit brave this year. So as GSK, as a healthcare company, we know, and we're very fortunate that science students probably have the awareness of who we are already, and actually where we need to engage them is once they've applied, make sure they have a wonderful candidate experience with us and definitely want to join us. Where we probably still need to do some more work is in the areas that I'm sure you guys are all doing lots of work, so within tech, within engineering, females within that space, but also sometimes within the business students as well. We offer such a range of programmes, but quite often it's the scientists that know us best. So from an attraction strategy this year from campus, we aren't going to target the scientists. So we'll see how it goes. But I guess the reason for that is also sometimes driven by, I guess, everyone feels a bit of pinch on resources and really trying to drive some efficiencies where we think the conversation will be most valuable. And face-to-face will definitely be a part of that. We're going to work just with a small number of universities just looking at engineering, and we're going to work with a small number of universities just looking at business. So really trying to drive a little bit of face-to-face there, absolutely, but still that digital piece, WebExes, things like that, to try and engage the students there. So we're trying to think about pooling our resources and having the right conversations with the students that maybe need a little bit more understanding about what we do. So we will let you know how that goes next year maybe. And I guess with that, we're also looking at candidate touch points to really get them to have a feel of what the role really looks like. We hear that really often from our university partners. We hear that from the candidates that come in. They're like, didn't really know what I was going to do day to day. And actually, when we offer things like procurement, and you don't do a procurement degree, and it's trying to get that understanding of really what it looks like to help the candidates make the right decision. We're going to try and harness a little bit more kind of candidate chats, a little bit more WebExes, and trying to get some more touch points in the attraction piece to make sure that they really have a good understanding. We're looking at embedding some cool kind of video technology within our job descriptions, not kind of meet Kat who does procurement. It might be a hiring manager talking about what they're looking for. So just trying to up the number of touch points that are specific to the role to really help the candidates make the right decision, and actually that digital piece is going to really help us do that. And I think we changed our whole recruitment strategy last year, so we've got a whole new process, and actually that kind of job preview continues in that application process, which we think is really important to try and do that in the attraction piece. So really, what are you going to be doing? And then following that through in the recruitment piece as well, to just kind of keep that engagement and keep that, I guess, learning of actually what they'll be doing and what GSK is all about. So a couple of things that we're doing.
Fantastic, thank you.